This year, because of the pandemic, we were not able to use district staff to assess reading.
People needed to eat. People needed to get the resources that they relied on through attending school. Many of our families felt the impact of this pandemic in the form of losing work, access to reliable income, and being afraid to really go out to a grocery store or to, get food elsewhere.
Over 95% of our students are considered free or reduced lunch, and doing anything we can to make sure that their children and families have everything they need for school.
Black and brown boys are 4 times more likely to be suspended than white counterparts or young ladies. We also saw that our Black boys were not doing well academically, and so we knew that something drastic had to be done. We noticed that a lot of them were being funneled through the school-to-prison pipeline, and this was our answer to dismantle the school-to-prison pipeline.
We wrote the grant around hiring an independent assessor to set up individual appointments outside with students. We're in California. And then we set up the appointments with the parent coordinators and the parents. We set up the testing station with the safety leads, and then we executed. We assessed the children.
We involved my team, and then also we needed to lean on other organizations that were doing similar work around the city. We took a look at nonprofit organizations who were doing food distribution, other local organizations that were trying to get food into people's homes safely. And we figured out kind of what was going to be the right fit for us, and also who we needed to partner with to make this happen.
So we had about 100 young boys in grades 3 through 8 that participated in our mentorship program. So providing them with academic incentives, taking them on field trips, sponsoring them to go out of town to explore, put them out there and make sure they were, defying those odds, overcoming those obstacles, and really challenging those stereotypes that exist within Black and brown boys.
The grant plan was a collaboration between a few of the school leadership team members. I worked closely with our counselor and assistant principal on the project objectives and ideas for celebrating attendance incentives and showing appreciation to the educators in our school community.
The impact that it had on our students and our families was just of a nurturing nature, where they felt like, okay, the school cares about us academically, but also our well-being, and that we're eating nutritious food and we feel loved. It was significant. I could have never seen myself guiding a project like this ever previously. Basically I told everyone I went from running a homey restaurant to a carry out. And but it's worked out really well.
We saw a decrease in our suspension rates of our Black and brown boys by 50% since we implemented the Gentlemen's League and since we implemented our basketball league. What I noticed is that their ability to play in a game or to be involved in the Gentlemen's League was so much more important to them that they didn't want to miss out on those opportunities. So we just saw them coming to school. We saw an increase in our attendance rate. We decreased the chronic absenteeism specifically at our school. And so we just started seeing a huge increase in our parental involvement, all because of this small idea that we had to be able to try to find a way to improve on the outcomes of our Black and brown boys.
We didn't know how successful distance learning was going to be, and we did not specifically know how successful reading intervention would be during distance learning. We were not sure how much kids were learning, and we were not sure how good it was going to be. So the mid-year reading assessments, after so long without reading data, were super helpful for us to see that kids were actually learning. They had grown 2 levels, which is the standard expected amount to grow. Some of them grew more than that, and so we were able to celebrate the children. So for us, it's allowing us to have data to place kids for next year, and we know it's accurate and we know it's current.
The success of this project is being able to celebrate students, families, and educators for staying connected, coming together to support one another, and overcoming the challenges of the last year. It has helped us maintain our commitment to being a positive and supportive environment. So we're often limited in our school budgets, and it is a joy having the resources available to make recognizing and celebrating our educators a priority throughout the school year.
Thank you, Linnea.
Thank you, Linnea, for your support.
This award isn't just about me, it isn't about my school, it's about all of those Black and brown boys who've been told what they cannot do.
I appreciate the New Leader and Roberts Award community for supporting us.
We're learning and adjust instruction the way we needed to best support our students during the pandemic and ensuring that they're still learning.
Your support has made a huge impact on not only our students and our staff and families, but communities citywide.